So I always recommend wearing water shoes, and whether you do or you don't wear water shoes, be careful for this last step because it can get slippery. I suggest putting the fin side in first. Be careful when you get into the water. I would not trust this bottom step. And we're gonna make sure our fin is deep in the water. You must have a U.S. Coast Guard approved life jacket for each person on the paddleboard. You go attach the leash to one of your ankles. This will ensure that if you fall off, the paddleboard will still stay within reach. When paddling in the open water, it's important to remember important safety protocol. Boats are required to maintain a 50-foot distance from any other vessel or the edges of the water. This means that you should stay within 50 feet of the edge of the shoreline. And consider the middle of the lake like a highway. I do not recommend crossing the lake. However, the natural current of the river and the wind can sometimes pull you further away from the shoreline. If this happens, there are a few things to remember. 1, you want to make sure you stick together, and 2, you want to make sure you make yourself seen. So stay with your group and avoid creating obstacles for the boats. You do not want to try to out-paddle the boat. Just make yourself seen so the boat can avoid you. Lake Travis is known to have zebra mussels.
I'm Jenna. I'm also Jenna. And I'm Jenna too.
Zebra mussels are like tiny clams that can be very sharp when they are dried out. So, water shoes are recommended. However, if you do not have any, I provide water shoes at my store.
Travis County is telling people it's a good idea to wear water shoes, tennis shoes, or any kind of closed-toe sturdy footwear. Visitors are advised to be careful when they place their hands, where they place their hands and feet when they're getting into or out of the water, and when they're near underwater rocks or other structures.
Zebra mussels will attach to the rocks near the shoreline. So whenever you're getting in, it's important to not only be careful with your feet, but be careful with the paddle boards, because the zebra mussels are sharp enough to pop the boards. One of my favorite places to explore is just before this white house. If you take a left and go back in that channel, you'll find this really cool grotto with stalactites and swallows. And if you go in front of the island, you can find our beautiful waterfalls. Just across the lake is Pace Bend Park. Here you'll find people jumping off the cliffs, and if you're lucky, you can witness people tightrope walking. And remember, if you ever feel like a boat is getting too close, raise your paddle in the air so they can see you. I also want to mention that no one is requiring you to stand up. Do what feels comfortable and enjoy your ride.
No one's saying do this.
If you wish to stand up, please do so away from the shoreline. If you can see the bottom of the floor underneath you, you are still too shallow to stand. Which brings me to my next point. If it is windy, know your limits and know that it's going to be harder to get back when you're going against the wind. In addition, make sure you stay hydrated and wear plenty of sunscreen. Consuming alcohol or drugs is prohibited. The easiest way to carry the board is if you attach the life jacket up here, place the paddle underneath the life jacket and the little secure straps, and then you're going to attach your leash around both the handle and the paddle, and this way you'll be able to carry it all together with one hand. Go ahead and replace your board like so, flat on the rack. Please return your life jacket and any other equipment you borrowed to our store located on the first floor inside the fitness center.
My life be like, ooh, yeah, ooh. My life be like, ooh, yeah,
Hey, I'm on vacation every single day, cause I love my occupation. Hey, I'm on vacation. If you don't like your life, then you should go and change it.